friends, very good morning. I did not meet you face to face last week. I only presented my slides for your reading. Anyway, this week I decided to put my voice into my PowerPoints using a program called Bandicam, and being a trial version, this program only allows me to do my recording for 10 minutes, meaning after this 10 minutes it stops by itself and I have to redo another video to continue with my lectures. So I can see that I may have to come to you with a series of videos lasting 10 minutes each. Please bear with me until I get hold of something better than this. Another thing I would like to tell you here is that I would prefer you to have the SPSS installed in your laptop. If you already have it, then it is good, because I'm going to move into the quantitative data analysis using SPSS. It could be any version that you are having now. It could be a version 22, 23, 24, or even 25, or even the most recent one. However, my set of software that I'm having is version 25. I am bringing back to you this particular slide named measurement scales, because as we saw earlier in our face-to-face lectures that a quantitative research involves measurement. In a quantitative research, we identify variables and then we measure the variables using one of the scales, and then we do the processing, analysis, and we interpret from the analysis some findings, and we bring back the findings in the word form to be written as text in our research work. Basically, that is how a quantitative researcher performs his or her research. So I would like to bring your attention back to the measurement scales so that it makes a basic foundation for you in your mind every time you sort out what to measure and what sort of measurement your measured value becomes. Okay, let's move. This is one slide that I wanted to show you again and again, where it says that quantitative research is one that explains phenomena by collecting numerical data that are analyzed using mathematically based methods called statistics, and essentially does three things. It conceptualizes reality in terms of variables, measures these variables, and studies relationships between these variables. Look at the boxes that I am showing you now. Three essential things are done in a quantitative research: a conceptualization of reality in terms of variables, a measurement of these variables, and a connection between these variables is made and studied. What is a variable? It's simply a characteristic, a property that a researcher researcher is interested in observing, measuring, or even manipulating in experimental researches. Examples of variables like what you are seeing now on the screen: age, ethnicity, experience, academic qualification, SES, social economic status, grades, marks, scores are all examples of variables. I'm sure by now you can think many more variables. I'm now going to show you a title of a study and a concept map that I drew out of this title to make sure the variables that we are studying fall into place in the conceptual framework, thereby giving us extra attention and focus in what we are researching. That is one use of a concept map. I would suggest you develop your conceptual framework and try to remember this conceptual framework even when you are meeting your supervisor during your supervisor sessions. You can just show your supervisor the conceptual framework. He or she immediately can gather what you are researching and what are your IVs and what are your DVs. Let us see now what this title has to give us. Influence of stress, sleeping disorder, and troubled adolescence on college student attitudes. That's the title. Influence of stress, sleeping disorder, and troubled adolescence on college student attitudes. After reading the title, I can easily say that I have 4 variables in this context. Some are IVs and 1 DV. Can you tell me what is this IV, or what are the IVs and what is the DV? By now you should be more familiar with IV DV identification, especially from a title. Okay, let's see how it falls into the conceptual framework. The first one is already shown here. Let's see what is the next one. Sleeping disorder, troubled adolescence. You can compare this concept map on your left with the sequence of the title: stress, sleeping disorder, troubled adolescence. Okay, and then the word on here is your indicator for the distinction between the IVs and the DVs. So let's see what we see on the right side of the word on: college student attitudes. College student attitudes comes as our DV, and this is how we write the title for a study. See how easy and how beautiful the title is, and how easily it gives the conceptual framework. Let me continue in the next video.